The game is exciting. The cards sure are fun. But it's your handsome Jim Perry who makes the show number one on Cut Sharks. And here's the host of Cut Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much. I thank you and welcome to Cut Sharks. Gene Wood, nice to see you, my friend. And nice to see you at home. Well, actually, nice to know you're there. And a very nice opening poem. I'm very grateful. Helen of Villas of Richmond Hill, New York, sent it in. Thank you, Helen. Now let's open up the board and get to those cards. Go ahead. Janice Alone will load in the cards and we'll meet our card sharks. Melina Penson, our champion. Hello, Melina. In your cowgirl outfit today. Wearing boots.
Only even cowgirls get the blues, though, but not today.
Now, you can't get the blues. You're doing so well. Are you getting comfortable here on television
It's
now?
starting to feel pretty good, yes.
Yeah?
I think I might get to like this.
I cannot imagine why. Melina has won $11,325 in cash. That would make you comfortable.
Yeah.
Our challenger is Michael Savari. Hi, Michael.
Hi.
We only met you on the one show, so again, won't you remind us about yourself?
My name is Michael Savari. I'm originally from Trinidad, West Indies. I lived in Philadelphia for a short while where I taught school. I have moved out here to California now where I worked as an insurance salesman. I'm presently in sex therapy.
Right, yeah, we talked about that in the last show. Fascinating job. How do you go from insurance to sex?
You know, it's funny.
Very carefully, said someone, yes.
You know, it's funny. You know, if you go to most of these people's homes, you realize that a lot of people have a lot of problems. And even as a salesman, because I am a confidant, sitting in their home, they feel they could tell me all their life stories.
Oh.
And they always want me to solve their problems. So I realize that I can get money for this.
Oh.
You know,
Right.
because I love money.
In other words, should I buy the life insurance policy or get 3 mistresses, right? I mean, that's very logical there, the way that goes together there, Mike.
I don't think that will work.
No, it doesn't work that way. Nice to have you back. And you
Yeah.
both cut the cards at the beginning of the match. Let's pick up where we left off. We play the best 2 out of 3, and as we left off, Melina won game 1. She got control of that one sudden death question, and that was all she needed. So, Michael, the pressure's on. We've dealt out the same 2 decks of cards with the next cards off the top of the deck. And Melina, we start with you. We sent our man on the street to Rome, where he asked 100 men who drive. Do you think a man who always obeys the speed limit is a sissy? How many Italian drivers said a man who always obeys the speed limit is a caca?
It's a caca. Well, I'll tell
Right?
you, Jim.
Am I right?
Yes, it's a caca, no caca, caca.
No, that's another word, isn't it? I really... Different language. Okay.
Okay, no, I was born in Italy. My folks are, you know, very thorough Italians. I've been over there several times, and nobody drives. There's no such thing as a speed limit in Italy. I swear, nobody. Everybody is zing, zing, zing all the time. So, yeah, probably they would say that. A lot of them would. About probably 71.
71 out of 100 men who drive said if you stick to the speed limit, he's a sissy. Higher or lower?
I personally have been to Italy also, and they drive on the pavements. They drive all over the place. So I sincerely believe that it would be just about 65.
She said 71.
I say lower.
So you can have everything below 71.
Yeah,
Isn't that
lower.
generous of us?
Yeah, lower.
If it's lower, you'll play your cards. If not, it'll be Melina with hers. Hit the answer right on the head. The $500 bonus. Melina's already done it once. The actual number of Italian drivers who said a man who always obeys the speed limit is a sissy is 15. Very much lower. Well, that surprises me. Michael starts this game with a king.
I go lower.
Lower than a king. Yes, a queen.
I go lower.
Risking it lower. A 6.
I freeze.
And again, it's Michael who gets that initial control, and the question goes to Michael. Oh, my goodness. We asked 100 teachers of high school sex education classes. That had to come up. All right. If your son... Oh, interesting question now. 100 teachers of high school sex education classes. If your son and his girlfriend came home from college for the weekend and they wanted to sleep in the same bed, would you let them? How many sex educators said they would let their son and his girlfriend sleep together?
In spite of the way that most people think, being liberal, etc., etc., I think that there is a certain kind of mode that is kept in the home, and they would not condone that situation. I think the amount that will actually think so, probably about 27%.
27 out of 100 in this
Okay,
case.
now you're
Sex
asking
educators.
sex educators and
They
not
are-
parents, right? Because
These are
I
sex-
know my parents.
Well,
were
they are
like these.
parents, but they
They're
are
parents
they
and
teach
sex educators.
high school
okay,
sex
27. That's a fairly low number, but I still think that even with all the sex education, with all the liberation, it's their home, it's the parents' home, and what is done there. If they condone something like that, it's still a little strange. Even sex educators, so that's going to be, I think, a little bit lower. Yeah.
A little lower than that, even. I know they'd come in the front door, they'd ask that, and they'd go right out the back door in my house.
That's what my parents
right on
would say,
through.
right on.
Lower and 27. The actual number of sex educators who said they would let their son and his girlfriend sleep together is 14. It is lower. Yes, it is. And Melina starts this game with an 8.
Oh, beautiful, lower.
Lower than the ace. An 8.
Oh,
In the middle card, we move over to freeze bar. We'll have question 3 coming at you in a moment, right after this. And just chatting with our nice studio audience here. Game 1 went to the champion. We're in the middle of game 2. Melina needs 3 cards. Michael needs 2. It's question 3, and it goes to Melina. Melina, in response to the current crime wave, citizens in many communities have organized armed patrols to police the streets.
Right.
So we asked 100 people, do you believe that neighborhood vigilante patrols are a good way to reduce crime? How many people do believe that neighborhood patrols are a good way to reduce crime?
Well, Jim, I think that anybody who is on the street in order to keep law and order is going to scare a potential criminal off. Just like right now in Los Angeles, they've got a big task force out, and that's lowering the crime rate. But these people, they're not licensed policemen or whatever it is, but they still are on the street to protect the property, and I think that's going to cut out the crime rate a lot. And is it a good thing?
Yeah,
How many said it's a good thing? Oh, that's a lot of people. I think that's very, very high, about 94.
94 out of 100, Michael.
94.
I sincerely believe in the democratic process in the United States. And I think most Americans who are patriotic will not go for vigilante groups. So I think that number is lower.
Lower than that.
Lower.
Interesting. You're both thinking totally different. Yeah, Michael has a point there. I think some of them have been carrying guns, and that scares people. So let's find out. 94 and lower. The actual number of people who believe that neighborhood patrols are a good way to reduce crime is 70. It is lower. A very high number, but low enough for Michael to get control
Change
of the
that
ship.
card.
Now winning the question, he can change the base card with a 2.
That's higher.
Higher than a 2. An 8. Now, we are faced with almost identical circumstances as the last show. Michael needs only 1. Melina has a long way to go with 3. Sudden death. Someone has to win the game on this play of the card. Last time Melina got control, it paid off. Let's see how it comes out this time. Michael, we found 100 women who have had an operation to enlarge their bosom. And we asked them, now that you look sexier, do you feel sexier too? How many women said looking sexier does make them feel sexier?
Personally, I think the reason why they took the operation in the first place is to look better and to feel better. And when they see themselves in the mirror looking good, they will have a proper mirror image of themselves and they will feel better. I sincerely believe about 83.
83 out of 100 said yes, they do.
Now I think something like that is naturally going to boost a woman's confidence. I think that's even higher than 80.
Even higher than that?
Yes.
Up there with high numbers, 83 and higher. The actual number of women who said now that they look sexier, they feel sexier too, is 91. It is even higher. And again, Melina has control, leading 3 cards. Michael needs 1. Play it or pass it.
Take it away, Michael.
Michael, last time you couldn't do it, and she won the game. Now the championship is on the line. You can tie it up or she wins. Call it off that 8. You're up the middle.
I say higher.
He says higher. Is he right this time? Yo, no! Melina does it again! And 1 card. Michael could not turn over. You had a toughie there with that 8, Michael. Thank you. You're a delightful gentleman. I've enjoyed talking to you. It's a nice party this morning. Thank you, Michael. Michael Savari. Thank you, Michael. And Melina, come on down here with me. Congratulations, having another $200. You get that all-important sudden death control, Melina.
I don't believe it. Am I lucky or what? It's that Italian luck.
Well, it's certainly paying off. Keika, right? Sissy is Keika.
No, Sissy's got to be something else.
No, it's...
Keika is cake.
Oh, cake?
Yes.
Well, sure, if you pay attention to the speed limits, you're a cake. Is that... I knew I wasn't any good at languages. Did you cut the money cards?
I sure did.
Let's get back to what I know something about. Let's play those money cards. gave me that translation anyway. Frutica, says somebody. We're going to give you $200 of new money. 3 cards on the bottom line to bet as you will. Up to the second level, we'll add another $200 of betting money. 3 more cards. Minimum bet's $50 to get to the top card, the big bet, where you must risk at least half the money. Good luck. And, of course, now you don't lose on a double. You're on your own. Here's $200.
Okay.
You can change the base card on each level if you need to. Thank you, Lois. We'll start Melina off with 200 and a 7.
I'm going to change that card.
Can she improve it? You must
Higher?
play this.
Oh.
Ooh, starting up the middle with an 8.
Okay, I'm going to bet $50. That's higher.
Minimum bet, $50. Higher than an 8.
Woo!
The jack, $250.
Okay, that's still a middle card, and I'm going to bet $50. That's lower.
$50. Lower than a jack. No.
Okay,
But you bought a better card, a king and 200.
I'm going to bet it all. It's lower.
Whole thing, trying to
Come
double it for
on,
400.
be there.
Lower. Yes.
Woo!
And we'll move up to 10 and give you the other 200. You have $600. Do you
Okay,
want
change
to
that card, please, Jim.
And a bad change on the
Be
first
there.
level. What kind of a
Be
change
there.
this time?
Woo!
For the queen.
Lots better. I'm going to bet $400. That's lower.
400?
400.
$400. Lower than a
Come
queen.
on.
Yes! $1,000.
I'm going to bet it all higher.
Trying to double it for 2,000 higher. Yes! Still a good card.
No, I'm not going to bet it all. I'm going to bet $1,800. That is higher.
$1,800 higher than a 3. Yes! Another queen. 3,800 and we move up the queen.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to bet $3,000. That's lower.
$3,000 on the turn of this card. Is it lower for $6,800? No!
I held back, though.
Well, that was a toughie. But I think you had some money so you could open up those purse strings a bit. Nonetheless, $800, $200 in the game. That is another $1,000. And Melina is at $12,225. Oh, I think you had a big one that time. We'll be back with a new challenger right after we take time out for this.